Please excuse my mismatched language in this video. I need to enunciate better, separate my words better, and it's honestly because I don't really talk to people all that much anymore these past number of years. I think once I start talking to people more regularly, other than going to the store or talking to a case manager or a doctor, then everything will return to normal and I'll be just fine like I used to be. This about sums it up what a fucking piece of shit from the United States looks like, right here.
The trauma is going through that circumcision. If you've been circumcised, fight back. Fight back if you've been circumcised.
This is what the stupidest fucking assholes in the world look like who represent the United States of America.
Here's a guy who's got no
You
foreskin.
dumb motherfucker.
He's got no foreskin. He's
Fucking
a fake
cracker
Jew.
piece of
A
shit.
fake Jew.
So, when you walk around with swastikas in the United States of America at the Capitol, you're basically a fucking Nazi, whether you're wearing a Santa Claus outfit or not, and whether or not you're carrying a Palestinian flag, which, by the way, let me remind everyone, the names of many countries changed after World War II, also after World War I, and in the history books. That's an example of what the fuck is wrong with the U.S.A., and that dude's been doing this in D.C. for years, meaning he's not just having fun, or he's not a lunatic because he'd be dead. He's actually being fucking paid and funded to be a complete piece of shit in Washington, D.C. and fuck up people's days. And that's all that asshole is. But if you're only here one time, you think it's some freak shit. But if you live here, you know he's a fucking asshole, just like Mickey Mouse when you arrive at Disneyland and Mickey and Minnie say, hey, you want to take a picture? That's what all these fucking Peckerwoods around here are. You piece of shit asshole. And so Macy's is the company that first had that outfit. Macy's had that outfit first for Santa Claus. And by the way, Santos is how you say saint in Spanish. So that's really a female woman that Macy's has created as the hero for Christmas and the alternative to God, or just saying Jesus didn't really do that much, although he turned over some money stations. Other than that, not much else. He hung out a bunch of motherfuckers who set him up and tried to kill him. Read the Bible every day. Read the Quran too. Then read your Freemason information, and you'll see the only organized groups around the world that regularly reference slavery and servitude as normalcy within their paperwork or their books is the Bible, the Quran, and the Freemason literature, as well as the words deacon, overseer, and warden. Now, I'm guessing the U.A.E. has something similar to the U.S.A., but they want to use the U.S.D. to control us all, eh? Oh, say, can I see? I see that shit right there. So anyone visiting know that that guy's been doing that all the time in this area. Like a fucking clown at a fucking show. This is oh fucking say can I see, and this is where shit gets done. And anyone who stands around and screams and complains and has budget, or who sits in the city and screams and complains, doesn't sit in this fucking building and figure it out, is a dumbass fucking idiot and should hang out with that fucking guy at Disneyland or some other cheap ass theme park like fucking SeaWorld and some other weird shit. And by the way, that's Hiawatha on the top. They spelled Sacagawea wrong in the statue of fucking building right there. And guess what? Johnny Cass is a statue there now too, and I haven't even seen it. Oh, and by the way, Donald Trump, the incumbent president, had a mob come here at which a Capitol police officer was murdered on January 6th, 4 years ago, and then 2 officers committed suicide later. And I read that in Roll Call, which is a fucking great-ass way to learn about what goes on Capitol Hill. Hi. I'm not high. I'm normal. And I'm fucking homeless.
Like there are from different cultures, but they're essentially the same.
I think
And let me add what you're not noticing. In the background of this video is a lot of police, a lot of automatic weapons, and a lot of people thinking about a lot of other things.
This is Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., and it's January 6th, 2025, and check this out. The police are on high alert here. And is it because of the snow and ice, or because the incumbent president, Donald Trump, incited a riot that came over here 4 years ago where a Capitol Hill police officer was murdered from wounds that day, and 2 more committed suicide later? And yeah, a rioter died that day too. You might expect to get hurt or dead if you riot against the federal government on Capitol Hill. Now they're on high alert with fences and everything, but he's coming back in as president. So are they worried that Joe Biden is going to send a murder squad over to Capitol Hill? Or is it just dumb as fuck that they're nervous about the incumbent president's actual people coming here to do something bad, even though he's coming back in to be president in a few weeks? It's beyond my recognition of logic or education, which I have a degree with honors in anthropology and sociology from Virginia Commonwealth University, graduated in 1994 with a minor in filmmaking. Bachelor of Science split between anthropology and sociology. It makes no sense at all. And they know that. It's crazy though. But we got something weird going on. See, they're wearing blue and black. I saw other officers just wearing black, another one wearing neon, and some are wearing green and black. Now the question is this, like, if they're not going to coordinate with the snow, why'd they all of a sudden all put on different colors rather than snow colors? Because, hey, I put on my snow camos, you know, and I enjoy being in the snow. It's nice out here. Oh, look, it's the Shakespeare Library. Folgers. Coffee, anyone? Shakespeare Library, huh? All the world's a stage, huh? Corcoran. Oh, by the way, these vehicles can self-drive if you didn't know that. And they've had self-driving vehicles such as these in certain commercial mining and industry for years and years and years that look almost exactly like that in other nations. That's true too. So we're on high alert in Washington, D.C. for some reason because Donald Trump incited a riot when someone was murdered here, called a Capitol Hill police officer 4 years ago. And now they're nervous, but why would the mob come here to go crazy? Because he's actually coming back to be president. When they be like, yay, and get their drinking cups and shit and get their fucking rape napkins together so they can go raping, and then get their lawyers and their fucking goon friends to scare the women and make them sign contracts. I guess there's some men they rape too. I don't know. Bunch of assholes run this nation. Oh, and by the way, Congress is passing all these good laws, so we owe them $36 trillion. If you believe the national debt is $36 trillion, some people say it is. They just tried to increase it by $5 trillion about 2 weeks ago also. But the bill didn't pass for the budget, so the budget didn't go up to a $41 trillion deficit. Are you kidding me? Yep, there's one of those officers wearing all black. And I swear I saw some wearing fluorescent and blue and green. Now, I want to see where the red police officers are. We should probably go full rainbow. Get some fucking orange outfits on and shit. Or they could go like camo, like I am. They got their automatic weapons. It's nice. I like it. They got them here. We got city cops, you know, metropolitan police. We got federales from all the different agencies. They're on high alert because there might be a mob attack on Capitol Hill like there was 4 years ago on January 6th when the outgoing president Donald Trump tried to stay in office. And I know I'm kind of on repeat. I got brain damage and mental illness shit. But check it out. Is Joe Biden sending a group over? Because he doesn't want to leave office. And then the other question is, are they afraid that Donald Trump will do this 4 years from now? You know, so like, it's kind of weird. It's actually really fucking weird as shit. It's really weird. And most people don't even have any idea or pay attention to nothing. And they don't realize that every family member they have owes about $110,000 to the federal government. So like, I'm confused by that as well. And the saddest thing is that when he was sworn in 8 years ago, they actually digitally added people to the crowd on the mall and lied about the numbers, because I heard it was only about a third full. I wasn't here, but I heard it was barely full and they added numbers. It's sad. It's sad that Donald Trump incited a riot that killed a Capitol police officer here 4 years ago. Now Capitol Hill's on high alert, yet he's coming back in as president in like 2 weeks. My name's Nathaniel Shelhays Vizdos. I grew by in Reston, Virginia. A classmate of mine is a Congresswoman, Mikey Sherrill. And actually, an old classmate of mine from elementary school, Walt Schaub, used to be the executive director for ethics for the federal government, and he quit during Donald Trump's last presidency. Walt Schaub was my old classmate from elementary school in Reston, Virginia at Terrasset, in a school that had solar panels and was built underground with dirt over top of it. It's weird. And I got people I know here that I don't even know. It's weird. And I've also been homeless in the area, specifically in D.C., for over like about 3.5 years, but the whole time about 5.5 years. And it baffles me. It blows my mind. This is insane. All this extra work put in to do all this. Someone could have lost a finger putting this fence up, or stubbed their toe, or maybe not sent a riot over here 4 years ago to murder one of you men or women. I wasn't sure. I read it in Roll Call though, and Roll Call is a newspaper here for people who know what the fuck is going on, and it said that an officer was murdered here and 2 later committed suicide. And so what if a rioter died that day? I would have had them all shot if I was president. Pop, pop, pop goes the fucking weasel. Don't shit on our desks. Instead, sit in our offices and tell us what you want, rather than complain and do stupid shit with influencers in your communities and with social media and with dumbass lies all over the place and fake ass computer shit that puts people in different pay scales based upon your credit score, based upon your social credit score, and other influencer comments and input from other people in other tiers or upper strata of the United States of America. And it's basically based upon the Freemason system. And we have that in the U.S.A. And I'm guessing the U.A.E. has a similar thing to the Freemasons. You got the U.S.A. and the U.A.E. And that's straight out of fucking Angleland and Saudi. All right, put it up.